Hello, welcome to my channel. Please make sure to subscribe. So today we're going to talk about important lessons from the Oscars. I love this lesson that the Oscar gave in this 2023 from the Oscars, and I think every individual should know about it because has a beautiful message. Additionally, this is not in any way a story about William Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars in 2022. Again, I feel bad for Will Smith that I believe they banned him from the Oscars. But I think it was bad of him to just go up to Chris Rock and slap him. I could agree why he did it and why he could have said that it was a good reason because he was making fun of his wife. But at the same time, many people argue that it was just a joke. And sometimes jokes can be funny, and sometimes they can be hurtful, but I think it just stays as a joke. A joke is a joke, and a lot of people were saying that. So, but I still love Will Smith in his movies. I just think he overreacted. Now my point of view, as of now. As of now. Because in the past, I was like, well, yeah, he kind of had a good excuse for slapping him. But now I understand, like, better. I'm, like, more mature. And I think, well, he kind of could have just laughed it off. Just laugh it off. As many of the celebrities who've heard harmful jokes about themselves just laugh it off. Alright, so what was the lesson? What was the important lesson at the Oscars in 2023? Well, this story involves Don Lemon. This is who he is, Don Lemon. And Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry, he said. Lemon told his female co-host of the CNN This Morning about the former South Carolina governor and newly announced Republican presidential candidate. A woman is considered to be in their prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe in her 40s, he added. I think to a certain extent Don Lemon has a good point. In society, we're believed and we're taught that people in their 20s are usually preferred for movie roles in the past, and in their 30s they said no, and in their 40s they said no. But because I think we have more anti-wrinkle cream now that it's in the media, we have anti-wrinkle cream. People look good in their 40s after 40. They look J-Lo. Example, J-Lo looks like she's 20. So I think nowadays, I think people stop believing that only their prime is in their 20s, 30s, and maybe 40s. Because people are aging more slowly. Yes, more slowly because of the wrinkle creams that they use. So I think he does have a point to a certain extent, but he also, I think it's important to state that he also could be disagreed with because of that fact. Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hamill posted on her Twitter, was this a jab at Don Lemon? Again, Don Lemon is him. For his recent comments about women being past their prime after 40s, this is proof, Michelle Yeoh said, that dream big and dreams do come true. And ladies, don't let anybody tell you you're never past your prime. Michelle Yeoh. She looks great for her age. I think it's anti-wrinkle creams. I use them too, Michelle Yeoh. I use them too. I use anti-wrinkle creams. And everybody thinks I'm in my 20s. They say, you look like you're 20. And I'm like, no, I'm 30. So I think it's all the wrinkle creams and eating good food too. Eating healthy salads. I try to eat healthy salads. But yes, I think now people are, because Hollywood is hiring in mothers, grandmothers, and now people are starting to believe and be more open about, like, hey, these celebrities that are maybe not in their 20s, they still look great. They still look great. But this is a beautiful message that she said, that don't let anyone tell you you're past your prime. And I think that's so beautiful, because a lot of people die with their dreams because they say, I'm too old, I can't do anything, I'm too old. And I think she's a great example of how even elderly people, old people, not elderly people, older people. She's not an elderly, she's old people. Older person. How they can break the status quo and still get an Oscar at that age, at her age. There was a lot of hate to Don Lemon, who said Don Lemon is basically done. And Glock Girl says, but Michelle Yeoh isn't. I didn't watch the Oscars. Who cares about those? But she's a wonderful actress, and I always enjoy her movies. Laughed and thoroughly enjoyed Crazy Rich Asians. She had me convinced of her character. And everybody put like on the Don Lemon is done. And then he says, Wolfine says, fire Don Lemon today. And then Gottman 1961 says, if they do, MSNBC will hire him with no problem. And Retired 33 replied, no, keep him on. He keeps dragging CNN down. Poor Don Lemon. I think he didn't mean it in a bad way, though. But it could, I think that's how they thought back in the age of Marilyn Monroe, that you're past your prime, Marilyn Monroe, because your boobs are sagging. She did say that her boobs were sagging, and she was sad that she was getting old, and people noticed that. And I think that now we're more open about, respecting people's ages, and now people are just saying age is just a number. But in the past, Don Lemon would not get criticized. But now I love today's era that we care about people of all ages, about their dreams. We care about their dreams, and we support them. And her name is Michelle Yeoh. She is an example, a great example of what it is to be persistent in your dreams, no matter what age you are. And she's beautiful for her age, by the way, too. One more thing here is Sophia Loren. I think her name is Sophia Loren. Don't roast me in the comments, but I think her name is Sophia Loren. I laughed a lot at this picture because this looks like her makeup is totally messed up. I've had makeup days where my skin is messed up too, so don't worry. But I think she put a lighter foundation over her tan face, and it makes her look weird and ugly. It makes her look ugly with her tan face, and then with foundation that is lighter than her skin. But hey, Sophia, my name is Sophia, and I make makeup. I had to put this in here because I thought it was funny, because she's beautiful. But I think everybody has their own makeup horror stories where they're like, oh my god, somebody just filmed me, or like for a special holiday they film, usually my uncle films, and I had one instance where I put too much makeup and it looked like a clown. But my first videos that I made here, I looked like a clown in my first videos because I put too much makeup. And the lighting was bad too. But talking about this, I think she has this, everyone has their own makeup mishaps. And I think this is one of them, where she put a lighter foundation over her dark skin. And she looks like a gray alien. Anyways, but she's beautiful inside and out, so I'm proud of her. Alright, so, and she's admirable, her life, because she accomplished so much. So, thank you. That's my 2 cents, and I just had to post this picture because I thought it was funny how she did her makeup in this photograph. Alright, thank you, and bye-bye.